Dirchky Birchky, episode 13, Merchka Durker.
17.
Dirchky, episode 17, Merchka Durker.
That was a fuckload better than what we usually do.
Shit. Alright, how's everyone doing?
You're not even...
No, I'm not going to say who the fuck's sitting here.
Alright.
They can piece it together.
That's right. Ben, how you doing?
I'm alright.
Jay, how about you?
I'm pretty good.
Seaver?
I'm finer than a frog hair split 4 ways, buddy. How are you tonight?
Much better than I was this week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck your neck.
Yeah. So, you know the whole story on what happened?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
My dog slipped and fell and hurt his back.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, so he slipped and fell and hurt his back, and I took him to the vet, and as I was carrying him, he bit my neck.
Ooh.
And so I took him over there, and then after that, I went to urgent care because he did puncture it, and the fucked up scenario is that he basically had to stay there for a few days, and they were like, okay, it's going to be 2 to 3 days, and that stuff should work. Didn't work, so they were talking about, like, well, that he might have to be put down and all that shit. And he actually improved the next day, but before that they were talking about, like, that he might have to be put down, but they can't put him down because he has to be on 10-day quarantine because of biting me. So, but he's improving now, and everything's better, and hopefully on Monday I can get him.
I didn't know which veterinarian you took him to. I'm not going to name drop, but does it start with a K?
Vorkian?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay. I don't know their names. I mean, I know.
Is it right down the road a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah, bad idea.
Yeah. I mean, like, so the first day I called. And, well, actually, no, the first day my wife called him. They said, well, he hasn't shown any improvements. We did walk him and all that stuff, and that seemed to be okay. Okay, so next day I called him back, and they said that, yeah, he's showing improvements. We want to do it another day. Then the following day I called, and they were like, yeah, he's not showing any improvements. He can't walk. I'm like...
On day one, you took him for a walk. Like, how is that not an improvement? Like, he did hurt his back or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So he did fine on the walk, but after they started kicking the shit out of him,
apparently.
But so
that works so great.
They basically, no improvement. So I was like, fuck this. I'm gonna go down there. Ooh, shit.
Whoa!
I'm gonna go down there and just see him. And at that moment, they were like, well, yeah, he hasn't been showing any improvements, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, you all told me different. They're like,
no, we didn't.
They don't know what the fuck at that moment was going on, but either way, he finally did show the improvements.
Sounds like a lot of the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they probably went back there and they're like, what dog was it again? This one over there? I don't know. Let's just tell them something. That's most likely what fucking happened.
I don't think dogs know their right from their left, Ben.
How do you know that, though?
What hand are they dominant with?
I'm colorblind, kid.
Yeah, colorblind and all that, but that doesn't mean they don't know what left and right is. Just in their own way. Not like me and you would know left and right.
You can teach a dog, basically, to say, like when you say left paw or right paw, and they will give you the correct one.
Dogs can't talk. How are they going to tell you which paw?
No, the closest thing I've seen is those, like, some of those dogs have, like, those little button boards or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, if they're young enough, they can, like, have little, I want outside type of shit.
Yeah.
You said dogs and button
That
board.
was a good voice you used for that.
But it reminded me of that cat that plays the keyboard, that little viral video. I thought that's where you were headed with that, but okay.
Can you do the easy button voice? When it goes,
Easy button.
That was easy.
That was easy.
That was easy.
Like, what is
that sounds a lot better than the easy button voice. I'd rather listen to him say it.
You know where I'm going. Like, that old Tiny Toons commercial. Please poke my eye.
Ouch. That was Rocco. When he was
It wasn't Rocco.
It was
Tiny
Rocco.
Toons.
Yeah, he goes to
Tiny
the...
Toons was the elevator.
Yes.
Yeah.
In Rocco, he goes to the mall, and you know how they have those little kiosks in the middle that says, you are here? Except that this one, you just poked his eye. It's like, please poke my eye. And then you do it, and he just goes, ouch, you are here.
Love Rocco.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Rocco in forever.
That's such a good show.
Paramount Plus has it, but goddamn.
No, Netflix has a new movie they made of it.
Yeah,
Yes, they do.
was that a couple years ago? Yeah, I watched that. I love that, but I hate Paramount Plus.
Is it
and I
original
don't-
voice actors too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I asked the question like I fucking watched it in English. I didn't watch it in English, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Boy, it's fine.
They had that-
The last Rocco cartoon that they drew, they ended up getting shot into space like as a goof, and that's how the episode ended.
Yeah, I remember that.
But, and then you watch another episode, and cartoons just always have... It didn't stick, and it also didn't air as the last one they showed. It just happened to be the last one they made, so... In the new movie, they come back down to Earth.
Yeah.
And it's nowadays.
So I'm very surprised to hear they had that in Germany, since everything I ask you about from my childhood, you're like, I don't know what that is.
Well,
Rocco's all, Ditchki, ditchki.
Yeah, that's right.
Ditchki, ditchki, heifer. Mein Spunky!
You know what's funny is I remember being kind of freaked out as a kid with the devil in that. You remember when he takes Heifer to heck?
Oh, Peaches?
Peaches, and he has that fucking paddle ball, and he's like at the end of it's like 1, 2, and then it's like he just does, and he just had that's all he's stuck doing is just fucking using that paddle ball thing. They used to freak me out when I was a kid when Heifer went to heck.
Okay.
The red one on Cow and Chicken, you remember that?
Oh my god, yes.
See,
Ass hanging out everywhere, yeah.
Why did everybody have a devil, though? Because Powerpuff Girls had him, and then
Him was a fantastic character, by the way. Every villain on Powerpuff Girls I loved. Fucking
I liked Mojo
Jojo. Fuck yeah.
And then that dude that had his gun that turned everything into meat.
Yes.
Wasn't he in the first episode?
And then like the
whatever.
antithesis to the Powerpuff Girls was what, the Rowdy Rough Boys. Yeah. Fucking
Oh, yeah.
good shit.
All those shows and Puppy Dog Tales.
Like all those shows I didn't have in Germany. At least I don't recall watching them in Germany until I came here and I was watching Cartoon Network all the time.
You know what you got deprived of? Legends of the Hidden Temple, because that was a great show.
It was good.
I watched the fuck out of that.
But that wasn't like a game show or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, physical challenges and stuff.
I mean, I
They didn't
seen,
have
like,
games in Germany.
Oh yeah, that's
No
right.
fun.
no fun at all. We don't do that kind of thing.
Not allowed.
Recess.
That's why he's been
That's
flourished so much in America.
Well, do you remember Guts? Global Guts? Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, with Mike O'Malley.
Yeah, that's why you never saw anyone from Germany on there, because they couldn't participate.
Because they dominate and take everything over.
Well, what's funny is like that's where I first heard
Poland did not win this award.
Ukraine was like they always had a kid from the Ukraine. Always. And I'm just like, that's probably because the Soviet Union just broke up, and they're like, let's showcase some Ukraine over here. But it was literally
It was
like,
probably cheaper to get them.
what the fuck?
What? I'm just saying.
But it was always like USA, like fucking Europe, like Britain and Ukraine. That was the three countries always represented. In Guts.
Nickelodeon just had deals with those countries.
Could be.
Let me get some of them children over here to run around in a pool, boy.
Hooked to that fucking bungee strap trying to shoot that fucking basketball and shit.
So Nickelodeon was probably dominant as a channel in those countries versus Germany.
It was dominant as fuck over here. My TV stayed on that when I was a kid.
That was a big deal.
When I came over here, I mean, I watched a decent amount of it. I watched more Cartoon Network than
When Cartoon Network came on basic cable finally? Shit, dude.
That's how I watched freaking like some of the Powerpuff Girls and shit like that, and Johnny Bravo and Killer Chicken.
I did like Courage a whole lot.
I did like Courage, too.
Yes.
Did you guys see that new one they made with Scooby-Doo?
Yes, it was
I
different.
I didn't watch that. No.
It's different to
I
me.
watched some of it.
Yeah, like I kind of like was on my phone and just like watching it and not at the same time. So that's the reason why I was like, it's different. That wasn't like grabbing me. Like
We are talking about Velma, correct?
No.
No.
Courage the Cowardly Dog and Scooby-Doo
Meet
did
Scooby-Doo?
a crossover. Yeah, recently.
Holy shit! I didn't know about this.
Like last year, they did a movie.
I'm gonna have to watch that now.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Velma and everybody.
The gang winds up in nowhere.
I
and,
love that.
Ends up going to the house with Courage and them and stuff.
They could just do an entire series on the fucking gang being at that place.
You would think.
Nowhere.
Yeah.
Every time something happened.
It'd probably do better than Velma because I've just seen everybody. I've never watched it, but people just shit all over
I
it.
watched the first two. It was
Yeah.
terrible.
And like people were
everybody
shitting all
loves a
over
pincushion.
Mindy Kaling too, and I'm just like, fuck.
I just thought it was a bad show.
I guess
They
I
were
should
just
watch
trying
this.
to just seem more like a random cartoon with They just used those characters' names.
Yeah. It would have been better if they wouldn't have used the Scooby-Doo stuff.
I don't think it would have been sellable if they didn't use the Scooby-Doo names, because it was such a crap show. They had to use the Scooby-Doo names to get it sold.
Yeah, I can see that, but without Scooby-Doo in it, I mean, it's not fucking like anything related to me.
Yeah, Shaggy didn't smoke weed, but the stoners were the ones that saved him. That was the only thing that made me chuckle in it. Yeah. Everything else, I was just kind of...
I think I watched the
not laughing, not even breathing out of my nose, like, haha, that was amusing. It was just more of a really...
It was more like a cringe kind of stuff to me, most of it.
Yeah, it kind of hurt to watch.
You feel it?
I didn't watch any of it, no. Sorry.
Did you like it?
I mean, I saw the first episode, but I'm so indifferent about Scooby-Doo. I
fucking love Scooby-Doo, okay?
I was just watching it from the perspective of I might think this is a funny show. I came into it completely just giving it whatever chance, and it just wasn't.
Maybe it gets better.
It's like it wasn't good enough jokes for adult crowds, and the jokes were too adult for the kids' crowds. So I don't know who the fuck it was really made for. Nobody.
14-year-old kids that.
But they're not supposed to be able to even watch it.
Yeah, but they still do. You know they do.
I don't think they would like it if they can watch Big Mouth or something like that.
That's true.
Better.
That's true. I never got into Big Mouth.
I didn't either, but I'm not a 14-year-old kid, but they can watch that. I hear they love it. And Velma kind of maybe tried to aim for something like that.
Probably.
No thanks.
But speaking of cartoons, I know you wanted to talk about a topic that just came up this week with the co-creator of Rick and Morty.
Yeah, Justin.
No, it's your love for
Roiland.
It's your love for domestic violence, is all it is.
I mean, I just think it's fucked up.
I mean, it is obviously.
Was it somebody on The Simpsons get in trouble?
Yes, because that's the only thing that matters.
Huh?
No,
I heard The Simpsons call this one too.
They predicted it.
Oh shit!
I could call it Trapped in the Closet.
Well, Martin, go ahead.
So, I'm not completely up to date on that. So
you got the gist.
Yeah, I know, but okay. So you probably have read more about it than I have.
I mean,
I know you're a big Rick and Morty fan.
I'm a fan, but it's just sad that this shit has to go down and fucking it's like a nail in your tire. You're going good, and all of a sudden somebody does something dumb, and then.
So it started with accusations about something, and then completely switched around to...
this was years ago. Like, it started off with allegations, he said, she said, blah, blah, blah. Then once they did a little digging, they found out there was truth to this stuff, and he started to systematically remove himself from all of his projects. Like, you remember that, what's that game that came out?
High on Life.
Yeah, High on Life. He detached himself or just removed himself from that.
Well, he owned that. He started that game company, Squash Games, and he resigned from it.
You know, he just slid left, and I'm just like, he knows.
Well, in 2020, apparently, I guess during the pandemic, he beat and held a woman against her will in their house. Apparently, according to what
he says, it was like his
charges are
girlfriend or relationship or whatever. And I'm
well, they took his gun rights away, and they don't just do that.
No.
And then
unless you're a threat to yourself or someone else.
So my question is on that one. So that was in 2020.
Yeah.
And just now, I mean,
was
she locked up in there
the legal
for
system
2 years?
Yeah, you've got to. It takes a while in the legal system.
And they were also delaying things, and she's not one to put her name out there because crazy Rick and Morty fans. Oh, that bitch is lying.
Yeah.
That's true.
Boy, she's
lying.
No, but it would take a while, and because I mean, to get charges against him, they have to have a sufficient amount of evidence, and that can take God knows how long. So obviously around 3 years.
If you beat and imprison a person against their will, there's probably going to be plenty of evidence of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I can see why it just blew up now instead of like before that.
Just because of legal
just keep it quiet, and that chick didn't want to put her name out there.
And unfortunately, on that point, as I see it, they should just come out right off and be like, "Hey, this should happen."
Well, I mean, you see what happened to his career the second it popped out that it happened? That's why they didn't do it.
It was one fell swoop gone.
Yeah.
His show on Hulu, solo up.
Everything dropped him.
Yeah.
Everything dropped him.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't he voice
Rick
and Morty.
Yeah, he voices everything.
But I mean, everybody does a Rick and Morty impression.
That is true.
They can replace them easy, and
that's what I thought.
It's the Infinite Universes show, you know. I mean, sure, he riffs a little bit while he's doing the talking, but
do you think that the show is going to have still the same traction as it did before at that point? Then
I don't know. I mean, if any show could do it, it's that show.
They've got a perfect excuse, like you said, with the whole, you know, they've broken the fourth wall so many times.
You know, like,
and it's like, hey,
oh, geez, Rick, you sound different today. But why do you sound different? Oh, no. He's like, God damn it, Morty, you know why I sound different. Shut up, you little prick. Let's just get along with it. You know, something like that.
The show must go on type of deal. But they could do it.
They should totally. Yeah. I mean, at that point, when they actually come up with the next season, they should totally do that.
Yeah, man, it would be fine.
And we have documented.
We'll see how much of his actual humor was the linchpin of the show versus.
Well, he's a co-creator.
The writers, you know.
Yeah, the other guy is like, how much influence
he was in a little bit of trouble too, was he not?
I think so.
Dan Harmon basically makes the show, and Rick and Morty were just created by Justin Roiland.
So
he voices them and gives them their personality, but I think there's enough work that's been done that you could replicate that pretty easy, especially with the writers that are already
just throw some AI against it.
I knew you were going to say it.
I knew
it was coming. I knew it was coming. Let's plug it in the AI.
Don't need any of that shit.
Oh man,
that's all we got here to begin with.
You know how like people always like throw up. Who's the guy that? Jesus, I know people will get upset because I don't know his name, but
sound a lot like Martin right now.
The guy that did Ren and Stimpy, they fired him after the first season, and then the guy who did Stimpy took over as Ren.
Yeah, Billy West. Yeah,
the guy that was paired with Michael J. Fox. You know who they're based on.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, they were talking about him like doing the voice like
no,
for an episode.
He's 146 years old.
And I was like, well, maybe.
His greatest contribution to film besides Back to the Future is Clue.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Oh, it's a good movie.
I mean, I would say Addams Family.
No, he was better as Professor Plum than he was Fester. I'll take him as that fucking grifter in Dennis the Menace.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, there you go. Or as what the fuck was his name in goddamn Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
He was so good in Dennis the Menace.
Yes, he was. You little worm.
They probably don't even lock their door.
He's fucking great.
Yeah.
What, he was in fucking Who Framed Roger Rabbit, I can't think, Doctor, whatever the fuck his name.
Professor Doom.
Professor Doom, yeah. You remember when he takes that goddamn boot and fucking puts it in acid? That's fucking terrifying. The 80s, they didn't give a shit.
They're like, wearing that big glove and stuff and being real careful about it.
Yes.
That should have been a clue that he was a tune. But, you know, you're not thinking about it. Because it was just acetone. That's all it was.
It really is. That is
really
what it
all
is.
That chemical was, because they were cartoons and acetone eats the paint.
It's fantastic.
That's still a good movie too.
You need to watch Clue.
I watched Clue.
Did you not?
No, you said you hadn't seen Rabbit.
Have you ever seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yes,
that's a great movie.
Eddie Valiant, dude. He should have been the Penguin, huh?
Who's Eddie? Who?
Oh, dear God.
No,
do you want his name? Do you want his actual name?
Sure.
Bob Hoskins.
Yeah, man.
His name's not familiar.
Because he was fucking Mario in the fucking Super Mario movie.
He was in that Jet Li movie where he raised him like a dog.
Was he?
Yeah, man. He was the guy that raised him like a dog.
Unleashed?
Yeah, dude. That movie was great.
Jet Li.
God, man. No.
I like Jet Li. What's wrong with Jet Li?
Who would have thought you would like Jet Li, you fucking Jackie Chan loving motherfucker?
You do love little Chan.
I like freaking...
You know he's like a trained opera singer? Did you know that?
Jackie Chan?
Yeah. I know that. Fucking knew you knew that. You don't know who the fuck...
Have you ever watched City Hunter?
Yeah, that's the one with where he dresses up as all Street Fighter
Yes.
characters. Yeah.
That's the reason why I figured you would remember that one.
That's literally what I remember. And also, on the VHS to Mortal Kombat, in the coming attractions, there was fucking Rumble in the Bronx. And I remember
all
that
shit. Him jumping off fucking fire escapes and shit. Yeah.
Do you guys remember Jackie Chan's Saturday morning cartoon?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
And I hated it. I'm not gonna lie, I hated it.
You know what?
Rick and Morty should jump into that show and get Jackie Chan to come save them from Justin Roiland.
Did you know they had a
Bam.
PS1 game? Like
Full
Jackie
circle,
Chan?
buddy. There you go.
He had a PS1 game?
Yeah.
I'm gonna find it now. I'm gonna have to play it.
I can't remember the name of
Jackie
it. Jackie
Chan was like 4 people in that game of like 8 characters.
I had the Bruce Lee game for Xbox.
They had a Bruce Lee game?
Mm-hmm.
They had a lot of shit. You remember
I got
about
it.
the time that we were doing like photo captures of the Mortal Kombat people? Everybody jumped on the boat, but nobody got as popular as them. There's a lot of games like that that just never made it out.
I got like real baked with a buddy and played that Xbox game of Bruce Lee for hours and hours one night. And the next day we were like, man, that game was a lot of fun. Like we beat it and everything and this cool shit and stuff. And then a year or two later, we put it back in and was playing it again to show somebody. And we got to level 2, and we're like, what the fuck is this? We got so baked and played this one level for so long that we thought we'd beat the game, and then apparently had never got to level 2. And
was it good?
no. But I mean, it was an Xbox
It was a
game,
good time,
and it was
though.
Bruce Lee. Games weren't that great, and he wasn't it was like it wasn't a big budget studio game, you know. It was just people making a Bruce Lee game.
Did he at least look like BruceLee? Because
Yeah,
in the Jackie Chan game,
it was a fun
He did not
game.
look like him.
It looked like Bruce Lee. It was a fun game. He had a lot of fun moves
Did
that
it?
were Bruce Lee.
Now, which game are you talking
It was
about?
hard though.
There was a Jackie Chan game that was like
Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan.
What did you say?
Jackie Chan.
Yeah, sorry.
Racist.
I don't remember what motherfuckers. I don't remember the name of the damn game, but it was.
What happened? Like, what did they do? Like, what type of game was it?
It was like basically 3D beat 'em up.
Like a bit. Oh no, we're talking about 2 different things.
But here's the
There was
thing.
another one?
But here's the thing.
Jackie Chan had a fighting game.
He's talking about
Oh, I
this
did
on
not
the
know that.
PlayStation. He's like, well, none of them look that way because they were all fucking polygons. They're not going to...
Oh,
you get
the
like the
polygons.
idea that could be Jackie
No,
Chan
this one
from a
was
distance, and that's
like-
what it is.
This one was SNES.
Oh, he's short and Chinese.
Like arcade shit. Like he was the best character, of course, because his fucking face was on the cartridge.
I mean, he's
But,
the
like,
best
he was-
Tekken character back then.
He was all in white. He had white
was always my
gloves,
favorite.
and like every
Wow.
move that he did, it was just like Wing Chun and whatnot. It was, I don't know what it was called. I'll have to look it up.
I mean,
I probably could.
I thought it was interesting and oh shit! All right.
Yeah. That...
Now that the other one looks like fucking.
Why does
show
he...
to him.
No, why does that...
It looks
why
like
does-
Bob to me.
Why
Oh
does
my
he look
God.
like he's fighting a juggalo right now?
He might be fighting a Juggalo.
He looks like he's fighting a Juggalo version of Bob.
Whoop, whoop.
I hate Bob. Ugh.
You know Bob?
Speed and weight.
Talking about from Twin Peaks, Bob?
Lord Jesus.
Tekken Bob.
Oh, yeah.
Bobbert. Oh, hell no. Now I see him. Hold up.
Good lord. What a screen capture that is.
It's like Bruce Lee though.
Yeah, on the Jackie Chan game on the PS1 does not look like that for sure. I'm trying to remember the damn name of the game. Hold on a second. So look this up real quick.
It's almost like that Tekken side game on Tekken 3.
I like that dude in the back that's like cranking the soldier boy back there. Like he's getting ready to fight, but he's fucking way up here with it.
He's like, oh, box your ears off, mate.
He's one of those.
All right, so
Stuntmaster. That's what it was called. Okay.
It was Jackie Chan in Fists of Fire. And it's like a whole bunch of Jackie Chans. And they fight like differently.
Do you just get different movie Jackie Chans?
It's a couple of
Drunken Master
like
was a
other
good
people,
movie.
but
I want the Rush Hour Jackie Chan. Or Rumble in the Bronx Jackie Chan. Although I've never seen Rumble in the Bronx.
it's pretty good.
I've just seen that
I want-
preview.
Now
I want-
apparently this one actually scored pretty high considering the Stuntmaster game.
Is that coolrom.com? You know how many years it's been since I've heard that website? And they're giving it 4.9 out of 5? I don't trust it.
Oh, my contact's fucking up.
Fuck your fucking eyes.
Get some moisture.
I was thinking about ordering some of those like goofy stage contacts just to like wear for fun. Because I used to have some red ones that I would wear every now and then. But I don't know what I should get.
What are your options?
Just different stuff like colors and fire and stuff like that.
Definitely get fire.
I kind of want to just get some black ones, but my eyes are already real dark, so I don't know if anybody'd notice. So maybe I get like yellow or something weird.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I know a dude with yellow eyes, and it's kind of fucking freaky.
Has he got
like legit yellow eyes?
Like legitimate. I mean, they may be like a really light shade of green, but it fucking looks yellow to me. Huh?
Has he got the clap?
Probably jaundice or something.
Damn.
It's like his eyeball is
Have
yellow.
you ever noticed, like, I'm sure you guys have never watched it, but, like, they came out, like, right when the pandemic was firing up. They came out with The Last Dance that was over, the Chicago Bulls when Michael Jordan was there.
Yeah, it was great.
Dude, he was jaundiced as fuck in that whole, like, every interview they were doing, he was just, like, fucking, his eyes were, like, fucking, his skin looked almost yellow. Like, it was awful looking.
Huh?
Yeah, he looked jaundiced as shit.
Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
No, dude, he didn't look yellow.
The fuck he didn't. Look, go back and watch that. He has got a yellowish tint to him.
He's black.
Okay.
He doesn't look yellow at all.
I understand that he's black, but he has a yellowish tint to him, and look at his fucking eyes. Tell me he's not jaundiced. I'm looking this up. God damn it.
Show me
So you're saying his
Jordan.
eyes were looking that bad, then?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Okay.
His eyes were pretty yellow, but his skin had no yellow to it.
I don't believe this.
How you think he's a Simpson?
I'm not saying he was full yellow. I'm just saying he looked a little
Hi, I'm
yellowish.
Michael Simpson.
You know, thinking about it, at the height of his popularity,
I love gambling and murder.
he wasn't somebody. God damn, he wasn't somebody on The Simpsons like everybody else was.
Was it you that sent that picture the other day of Futurama characters done in the style of The Simpsons?
Yeah.
I almost replied with, I thought it looked more like, what is that new show that he got on Netflix? Fuck, I can't think of the name now.
Netflix.
Ah, fuck me.
Okay.
That little elf show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Disenchantment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never
But
mind
it was
his
just a
actual
Futurama
eyeballs,
picture.
right?
Yeah, no.
Look around his face. Can you not see that he's got, like, jaundicey looking fucking skin?
No, he doesn't look yellow at all, does he? That's lighting, dude.
What? Is he, like, upset about something? Is he talking about something?
Dude, that's how he looks through the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
No, it's like that.
The entire time?
He's
No,
not
man.
crying or anything.
No, it's
What
just-
is it?
Everybody thought he was just, like, really high, but I think he's just got jaundice.
No, man.
He looks like he's hot.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't he be? I mean, if I was
Yeah,
Michael Jordan, I'd be
I
like,
mean,
fucking getting
his
I
high.
don't think he
eyes
looked jaundiced at all.
I think he
That's
was
just like-
jaundiced as fuck.
That's like golden
They
hour
look
sunlight
red, not
on him.
freaking
That's-
yellow to me.
What was that, anyway?
They look bloodshot.
Oh, like, so what it is, they just kind of chronicled the last season of the Chicago Bulls when he was there, but they also
And
went
they
back.
peppered in
Was it
his
like a
entire
montage
life.
type of deal?
Well, yeah, they would pepper in, like,
It was a-
bits
it
and
was a-
pieces from his
okay.
whole career.
8-episode series. It was really good.
It was very fucking good.
Okay.
So basically, his career flashed in front of his eyes, and he was crying his eyes out. That's the reason why he's...
No, dude, apparently he was a fucking cunt, which I get at certain points, but...
Stop it. Get help.
But, like, I could see why, like, at a
They
certain
do
point
look
in
like
his...
I got jaundice.
Now, see, you look like a fucking Simpson. He did not. He didn't look like fucking Carl. He was just...
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like how you used his TV as a mirror. That was fantastic. But, like, I could see why he was a cunt, because at a certain point in his career, when his popularity and his fame took off, he couldn't do anything. Like, he couldn't go anywhere. He just had to, like, somebody was always around
I
him.
mean, he was inundated on the TV screen with
Yeah.
everything.
And
I think it
fucking
was
McDonald's and
like
Nike ads,
McDonald's, Fruit of the
Gatorade,
fucking Loon.
fucking
What?
Space Jam.
Yup.
Ooh,
Even though Space Jam was incredible.
I
I'm
just had an
sorry.
idea of you doing that, by the
That's
way.
a good
How about
job.
for...
Why don't you do it with
new
AI?
image- No, shut up.
Oh, my God.
Do some AI color.
How much AI do you do when we're not here?
He just mainlines
Martin,
it.
you didn't even answer definitively.
He just mainlines it.
My
That's
God.
right. No, for the image for the podcast, actually, if you want to rework that, maybe make us as like Simpsons characters.
Oh, I can see what I can do, man.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Or maybe Futurama stuff.
Oh, God.
Bing, bing, bing.
But more yellow.
Yeah.
More yellow.
More Michael
Oh,
Jordan.
God.
Yeah, do you mean Michael Jordan yellow or
Yes.
Simpsons yellow?
Oh, shit.
Man.
Damn, my contact is different now. You don't have to put it
in. But The Last of Us was pretty good.
Yeah, dude. Okay.
I mean, the last Dance, not The Last of Us, but I guess we could talk about The Last of Us.
I loved The Last of Us.
Yeah.
So the game or the show?
Both. Well, okay. The first game, the second game's good in its own right. There was just some things I was like, man, they just don't give a fuck about the player and how they want this narrative to go. But the show has really, I mean, there's a few differences in the show and the game, of course, but they're pretty much staying on point with how the game goes.
So
I thought they made Joel look like he had jaundice.
God damn it! He looked like that fucking Mellow Yellow can.
Oh shit!
But you would think in a dystopian world like that, jaundice would be around everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, so far tonight's the third episode's coming out. I watched the first two already. I know you caught up.
Yeah.
Are you caught up all the way?
For the most part, yeah.
Seaver, you said you watched the first episode?
I've seen the first episode.
You put watching more of it?
The thing about it,
yeah,
I already know
it
what happens.
sometimes.
Yeah.
It's not like I can get
I've got the second episode ready to watch. I just haven't watched it.
So, a lot of people will be like, oh, I don't know if I can watch it because of, they're going to change it.
Mm-hmm.
Or
I will say this, it is not a Cowboy Bebop. It is not. By a stretch.
I never finished Cowboy Bebop.
Have you heard what the guy that animated Cowboy Bebop said about the Netflix show?
No.
He was upset with it. And it seems like the reason why I want this particular show, The Last of Us, to do good is to show people, hey, this is how you do it. The story's set up. Don't deviate. Stick as close as you can. It won't be as perfect as
so
everything.
I always think that personally, stick as close as you can, but at the same time, switch it up just just a hair. Just change a few little things in between. I mean, nothing major. Don't change major shit about something. Like you take a character and turn them into something completely different. At that point, you're like, what's going on? That's not my character.
They did my boy L. My God.
Yeah,
that was
exactly. Yeah, it's
what?
L from Death Note.
What they do to him?
Okay, have you watched the anime?
Yes.
Okay, have you watched the movie?
Yes.
Okay, then you know what they did to him.
What was wrong with Elle in that movie?
I mean,
nobody was right in that movie. Why would Elle be any different?
No, I mean, he was a complete left field. Not even close. Call Jared Leto in on a weekend or something, at least.
Because he didn't have that hair?
No, because he didn't look anything fucking like him.
None of them were Chinese even, or Japanese, or whatever.
Oh, my God.
Why would you expect Elle to be any different?
I don't know. It's just, at the very least, stick to what it looks like in the show.
I don't even remember what he was like in the movie.
In the movie?
Yeah.
I mean, he's just...
The Netflix movie. I remember in the cartoon, he was that little dainty lad with the mop haircut, and he sat on his feet and ate candies. How was he in the movie? Because I remember Light being like Archie from Archie comics in the movie.
I'm trying to...
They made Light less unlikable. I hated Light in the TV show.
I like Light.
I like him.
He ended up bad.
No, at the beginning of the show, I loved him. Mm-hmm. And the Shinigami, I love the Shinigami the whole time.
William Dafoe did a great job, by the way, I think, actually, in the movie.
He was the best part of it.
That's the only good part.
That's what I mean by
the end of the anime. I was like, "Oh my God, Light, you're such a little bitch! Just die already."
He went out like a bitch.
I was ready for him to go. Yeah. I feel like Death Note overstayed its welcome. If it was a little bit shorter,
I mean, I guess if you could call it anything,
but that first season was really good.
He was still a high school kid. I guess he just kind of snapped under the pressure. But
didn't Elle get killed though, and they replaced him with another Elle at some point?
They replaced him with two,
and with M and N.
Yeah, and he was like, ha ha ha, that was my trick Light. I had another me ready to go. Ha ha, you'll never outdo me. Ha ha. Yeah, or was he just another guy? I don't remember. It's been since Death Note came out that I watched it.
With Death Note, like M&M, they were completely...
They were different people, but they were all these sleuthy research types under the same circumstances.
So they weren't called L also?
No,
they were called M&M?
It was M and N.
God damn it. No wonder I remember disliking that last half of that show.
Exactly. Like, with L, it was actually good, and then with M and N, it was like, eh.
Mm-hmm. And Light was all whiny, and he started getting all this God complex. And
well, I think he had that pretty much from the beginning on.
No.
It was still, I want to say, like, the first 80% of that show. Incredible. And then it just kind of...
Well, yeah, but considering that M&N was only in the arc was, I think, like, maybe 1/4 of the whole show.
Mm-hmm. Shinigami was great, though.
I'm surprised they never made it. So they actually made a new show. I don't remember the name of it, but with the same creators, and it really has, like, the Death Note vibes to it to me. I watched, like, 1 or 2 episodes of it so far.
Well, they call him Ryuk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As a matter of fact, if you... Right there. I got one sitting right there.
Oh, boy. Spiky.
My cat chewed on it.
Why does it look more like David Bowie?
Because my cat chewed on it.
I remember him looking like David Bowie.
Because my cat chewed on it.
The cat Bowie did.
That looks like David Bowie outfit.
Ben.
Oh,
what are you doing?
What's up?
Fuck David Bowie, by the way.
How do you feel about him?
I have nothing to contribute to this conversation.
About David Bowie?
Yeah, really, I don't have an opinion on David Bowie.
He was cool in Twin Peaks, but beyond that, he can fuck right off. Take that Book of Mormon and shove it right up his righteous ass.
The only thing I can think of him actually in it is the Labyrinth.
Fuck that movie, too.
The fucking what?
Labyrinth, or whatever it's called.
The Labyrinth.
So Labyrinth?
Redo your
shut up.
Redo it.
Yeah.
Just take the son of a bitch out at this point. I don't think you need to see to talk on this thing.
You are uncomfortable.
My contact. What? Alright, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Bye-bye, olive oil. I fights to the finish, 'cause I eats me spinach. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Toot toot.
Alright, back. So let's continue actually about The Last of Us. Ben, you okay?
Yeah, I'm great.
Alright, good. But no, on The Last of Us, one thing that... like how Ben's like, oh, we'll be back to this again. But no, I didn't play actually the game all the way through.
Me either.
Really?
I played probably the first few hours. I say maybe the first 6 hours or something like that.
Okay.
That was probably it. I tried to play more of it. I just never... I always forget about it. Now, I'm hoping that the show actually is going to inspire me on, like, playing it after that fact.
Oh, I won't play it again, but yeah.
I actually... So, if the price on the remake... Well, the remake...
Re-re?
Yeah. For the PS5?
You can't
say re-re.
Yeah, you can't do that, dude. Yeah, you can't do that.
Carlos Mencia lost his job for that.
And it effectively lost his whole act, too.
Oh, yeah, because he stole the retarded shit from somebody else.
Yep.
But no, with that new remake, if that goes down in price, I'll probably try it out on that one.
I think there's a lot of people that are buying it because of the show.
Oh, I'm sure that it probably got a huge spike. As a matter of fact, I think I was actually seeing something about that. They got like a 300% spike in sales.
Like, shit like this comes out, and you'll see people on YouTube that it's like, this is my first playthrough. I'm just like,
you're gonna have, some 80-year-old guys like, I like that show. I'm gonna try that game. That's what's gonna happen.
80-year-old guys?
Yes.
No. 80-year-old guys play like those Super Nintendo games where they land on the ship. Those are really fucking hard.
You mean like Pilot Wings? That game was fucking tough,
like
dude.
that.
I don't know if I played that one.
It was it was a release game for over here, along with Mario and something F-Zero, I think.
I got a Super Nintendo, and one of my buddies got that game, and we tried it. We were like,
Pilot Wings.
Fuck, did anybody like? You were just trying to land on the back of a helicarrier.
It's fucking hard as shit.
We didn't even get, and that was after you go flying. You do a mission, and then you go to land, or did you go?
You've got to do like, you got to parachute at one point. Then you have to like land an airplane.
Yeah. And
then you have to like skydive, and then you do a jetpack thing, and then like all of a sudden they're like, okay, attack helicopter, and you're like, what the fuck? And like it's completely different.
Yeah.
They amp it up real fast for you, and it's hard to even get through the ones that are supposed to be like tutorials. Man, yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, The Last of Us.
No, you don't get to do that. You segue off shit all the time.
I was just going to get back to something on that. On the show, with the way they actually portray, like, show in game, they portray the zombies in it, which are basically just infected.
Yeah.
If a zombie outbreak would happen ever, that would be it, actually. What do you say?
I don't fucking know. I have no basis to compare.
I'm just trying to come up with something.
Do you want me to compare it to Night of the Living Dead, or do you want me to compare it to World War Z, or do you want me to compare it
comparing it to any
Zombieland,
to any zombie that you can think of?
I think more realistically, everybody would just get maybe a fungus in their brain that just continually made them stupider, and then we just end up in idiocracy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the more realistic kind.
Yeah, no, but
I don't think any fungus or virus is going to be strong enough to make anybody
look like a fucking clicker or something like that.
To flip that hard.
No, I agree.
On that massive of a scale, I think it's just going to be dumb people, and that's already going on.
Well, but see, that's why I think they did a good job of explaining it in the second episode.
Yes, I agree. Like,
they had a good idea of how it
and that's the reason why I actually say, like, that would be the only
also
way
it's a carryover from the first episode and like the very
put fungus in the flour.
Essentially.
Yeah.
But it's like also in the first episode where that guy's talking about
like, you want some of these biscuits for Grandma?
Which it took me a minute until I was like, motherfucker, that's why that old lady went crazy.
Yeah.
But in the first 5 minutes of the first episode where they're on that talk show in the fucking 70s or whatever, and he explains what about if the earth got just a little bit warmer?
He's like, pip pip, jolly jolly, ho ho, cordyceps, take over your mind.
And I'm pretty sure he called fungi, what we would say fungi, he called it fungi, and that made me laugh. Yeah, fungi.
They made Halo.
Dude, fuck the... Are you talking about the, fuck... What are...
Fungi made Halo, and then they had the flood in it.
The flood is what...
Yeah, the flood's like the zombie flood is what The Last of Us is.
I mean, essentially, yeah, on Earth.
Yeah, basically that, so...
But the clickers, I fucking enjoyed when they showed up.
What if it had spiders in it?
Done. Not watching it. Not doing it. I don't know what it is. I just can't. I have arachnophobia. I can't.
Gremlins 2 fuck you up pretty bad.
Oh, dude, that giant goddamn gremlin spider. Fuck that.
Yeah, dude.
I think that might have been where it started because I watched it when I was a kid and I was like, oh, fuck, no.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And then,
hell yeah.
Then 8-Legged Freaks came out and in 99 that was top tier goddamn CGI. And you're like, fuck. And then you watch it now and you're like, oh, God.
I still like it. It's a good movie.
David Arquette.
WCW World Champion David Arquette. Put some respect on his name.
That is true. I need to. He was a goddamn world champion.
Yeah.
Now he gets light tubes busted over him. And
stabbed in the neck with them.
And by the way, look, anybody that wants to do that, I think it's absolutely stupid. But hey, if you can do that and make a career out of it, go right the fuck in.
What?
Light tubes.
Stabbed in the neck with light tubes.
Light tubes.
Okay.
They also use skewers now. You know what those are?
What David Arquette he went around the country getting stabbed in the neck with light tubes for people's entertainment. And then he's like, yeah, I'm a real boy. And then Luke Perry died.
Huh.
The Last of Us.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, if there was spiders in The Last of Us, I wouldn't fucking watch it or play it.
That was one of the last appearances Luke Perry made in anything, was in a background in David Arquette's light bulb movie.
And wasn't he peddling electronic cigarettes right before he died too? And you're like, oh well, maybe. Like the blue e-cigs they had.
Perry.
So you finished The Last of Us, right? Like it's a game.
Yeah.
Now, how do you think the show is going to play out? As in, you think the first season is going to go completely through the first game, or do you think they're going to?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how many episodes it's going to be. What do you
Well, if you guys played the first game and you've seen what's happened in these first 2 episodes,
that's what I'm referring to.
Is it paced? How is it paced comparably to the game?
That's what I'm referring to.
The pacing, it's a little to me faster.
If you had played the game for 2 hours, would you have this much story known?
Ugh. It's been a number.
The first episode for sure.
Been about 8 years since I played the game, so
I say the first episode for sure. The second episode, no. If you played the first 2 hours.
Yeah, you wouldn't get as far in the game as you would in the second episode.
So I don't know if this is going to be a 6 or 8 episode season.
That's what I'm saying.
But are you going to fit that? You could probably fit that whole game into those 8 episodes, right?
There's a lot in it. There's a lot.
That into 2.
Where did you get to?
So the second episode actually is pretty much where I got into the game.
Oh well, fuck, Martin, you didn't get near. What did you get about further than that?
I didn't play it.
God damn.
I only know of the story and only.
Oh, they gotta be moving. Like they're moving. A lot of it is in other places than where they're at right now.
Okay, so they do
because they're in Boston. So yeah, they've got to go.
I'm wondering if they're going to start throwing in filler more into that.
I don't know. They might. There's the game. You know, you've got a lot more action sequences because there's infected everywhere and clickers everywhere and shit.
Well, I thought that actually they could have dragged out the second episode a little bit more with the clickers on that one.
I liked it just like it was. I liked how they introduced them. They were there for.
No, I'm just saying if you go by the game.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just kind of over the whole post-apocalyptic Walking Dead
They've done
bullshit.
They have. They really have.
And I liked the first episode of The Last of Us because it didn't have all that, but I'm pretty sure the rest of the show is just going to be...
it.
It is.
That's it.
And I don't think if it sticks with that, I don't really give a fuck about it.
I can see that.
I'll see how that goes. I'm excited because I really like that first episode.
Yeah, no.
But if it's just a bunch of, I'm sad and people... this is happening. Then there's a fungus man. Let's run. Fuck that.
To me, because the guy who did this show did Chernobyl.
Yeah,
and he's really good at building fucking tension.
Good.
And
Good.
He fleshes out characters more than the game does. So even though it's set in like that post-apocalyptic, that it doesn't dwell on that. You know what I mean? Like the scenery, yeah. It's cool to look at.
Gotta go out into town and find me more medicine, and I'm gonna run into some cordyceps.
Yeah.
That's it?
No, not really. I mean, they gotta get to it. Like, it's just a lot more character development outside of, God damn, we're stuck in this fucking world. That kind of thing. Like, yeah, the girl is very important to getting rid of it.
I assume that her blood is able to kill it. Because
she's just got the she can be bitten and it won't.
She had it and it didn't take her over.
Yeah, but it's how they use that.
Yeah.
That's where the end of the game comes. You figure out what they have to do in order to extract that fucking anti-thing.
They got to do something farmer and then see the clouds with it and shoot that on everybody. Is what my assumption would be.
You know, I just thought of a good Last of Us porn parody.
What's that?
Semen raining down on everybody.
Yeah. The antidote's only in one dude, and he has to just all over everybody.
We call him God.
Also,
more of us.
It is in the first episode. Yeah, that little girl that just comes like wandering up to that quarantine zone, and then they take her in there, and of course you see them check her, and I'm just like, oh, she's fucking done. And
was that scene actually in the game too?
I can't remember. I think something. I don't remember the game that being in the game exactly. There might
I don't recall it, but
I think they just kind of put that in there to show you like this is what you're having to deal with. And they check that little girl, and that comes up red. And I was like, oh, she's fucked.
Yeah.
And that cop's just like, oh yeah,
we're gonna give you some pancakes
and toys, your favorite food, and you can have your favorite toys. And that girl's like, fuck yeah. And then she's getting blasted in the neck with that fucking killed fucking shit, and then they just throw her into a fire. Which to me, don't you think the smoke from the burning bodies of people that have been infected might spread?
I mean, have you? No,
I did.
I would disagree.
I did like the opening of the show, the whole stuff with him running away with his daughter and all of that stuff.
Her getting fucking blasted in the stomach.
Yeah, just like in the game. I mean,
that's spot on.
That's spot on in that. Yeah.
She gets belly shot, which, by the way, I hate to be that guy, but if Reservoir Dogs taught you anything, if you get shot in the stomach, yeah, it hurts like a motherfucker, but you're not going to die that quick.
Well, I guess maybe...
Depends on what it punctures, really.
Huh?
It depends on what the bullet would puncture. What organ.
Look at... Why do you just want to
Well, we're saying it punctured the stomach.
Just stomach,
and it was a big, giant military round. from really close up.
I guess it would fuck somebody up.
Why do you want to be this way?
Because I can. But anyway, let's talk about something else.
Wow. God damn, we're good with segues.
You guys ever rode one of those, man?
I still want to.
No, but I did ride a hoverboard once and busted my ass. So yeah.
Didn't they completely get rid of segways too?
Well, you have hoverboards now. Why do you need a stick with handles? Fuck that.
I saw Mike Tyson fuck his hips up falling on one of those too.
You do too.
Oh, speaking of fucking hips up, did you know like Hulk Hogan can't feel the bottom, like he can't feel like his lower
half?
half?
He had a surgery recently.
Yeah, he has to walk with a cane and shit.
Yeah, that'll happen whenever you're a huge piece of shit your whole life.
Yeah, leg dropping commies and dropping the N word everywhere and taking steroids. Yeah, vitamins and prayers my ass. You were just getting fucking shot up with HGH.
Well, the thing is, the Hulkster character was fine, and his legs are still fine. I saw him on Monday, but the piece of shit that played the character, he's having a bad go at it.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
Hulk Hogan's beat his ass to death. Hulk Hogan kicks ass and takes names, but one name he forgot to write down was Terry Bollea. The final leg drop cost Terry Bollea his legs.
I thought it was his wife fucking like his son's best friend, and that's what caused it.
Oh, maybe his son's best friends were fucking him, and they knocked something loose. You never know with the Hulkster, man. He goes around.
I think I just recently watched Commando again. Wasn't that one of those?
Suburban Commando? Fucking why is the question.
Oh, man, that movie's good.
Yeah.
I was frozen today.
What was this fucking that other movie did like Santa with muscles or some shit?
Yeah, I never watched that.
God. He was, but speaking of Gremlins 2, he was in that for a minute.
Didn't you also make a movie where he was like a nanny or something like that?
Probably.
Yep, Mr. Nanny.
Yep.
Is that the one where he's like in the opening, he's riding his motorcycle like through a city or whatever, and he's like, there's like a river next to him, and you just see this dude pick this kid up and just toss him into the fucking river. Yeah. So. And they just kept shooting him fucking doing that, and this kid just getting launched. He was having a
tea party with a kid, and he was drinking his drink, and she was like, pinky up. So still today, whenever I'm drinking a drink and I have to lift my pinky up, I think of Hulk Hogan doing that shit because of that movie.
There you go.
It's funny.
All right. So the 70s show, now that the 90s show is out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, look.
Has everybody watched that?
No, I have not. And the thing of
what
it
have
is...
you watched, Jay?
Yeah.
I would like to know what you've been watching.
What I've been watching lately?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're talking about like that 90s show, like bouncing off that 70s show, I really don't like that 70s show at all.
Oh.
Like at all. I do not enjoy
But what have you been watching?
Like lately?
Yeah.
Shit. Y'all wouldn't.
Just throw it out there.
I mean, the last thing I sat down and binge watched was Record of Ragnarok. But that's anime, and y'all talk about it.
I know what you're talking about.
Martin does. Anime's just not my flavor.
Say Record Rock?
Record of Ragnarok.
Fragile Walk.
Like
I thought you said Record
situation. The world is
Ragnarok.
about to end, and they've got like a whole deal where humanity has one last chance. Gods versus humans. They pick any god of any pantheon, any human from anywhere to give the humans an edge. They like make this contract with a Valkyrie, make a weapon of choice, and then they fucking fight. That's the whole thing.
That actually kind of sounds badass.
Like fight, because it really doesn't matter.
Is it like arena battle fight? Or
basically, like it doesn't.
Oh hell yeah!
Like what was it? Yu Yu Hakusho or whatever it was.
I mean, for the most part,
it's DBZ World Tournament.
Like much smaller scale. Like it's like not like world blasting or whatever, but like you'll have like
is Hercule their champion?
Well, Hercules is in it.
Is Hercule their champion?
No.
Hey there, Goku!
I think they're like big guys. Zeus, but he's like this. He's basically like Master Roshi though.
Oh yeah.
He's like a little guy, and then like when he gets pissed, he fights. But he fights.
Does he
Adam.
get big whenever like Roshi would?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the same thing. He fights Adam, the first man. And it's funny because you would think like he'd roll in with a sword. He just has a pair of brass knuckles. That's it.
The first man does?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all he's got. So,
does Cain or Abel or whichever one killed their brother come out? They should come out as being
the most interesting one on the human side is Jack the Ripper.
Oh, yeah?
Is
he cutting off nipples?
That
was his MO in real life.
He's a blade chucker.
Yeah.
That's for certain. But, I mean, it's basically fight after fight after fight. I live for that shit, though.
That'd be cool, like Jack the Ripper just cutting off angels' nipples. Like, jolly how may my ease. And does he win his fight?
He does.
You're goddamn right he does.
Against Hercules.
Oh, yeah? Hell yeah.
You would think that, he's going to die, but, like, he pulls it off in, like, a really cool way.
Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, he won the fight in real life, too. Nobody ever figured out who the fuck he was.
No, that's true. It was funny because, like, you'll be... You know how they always have to have, like, crowd shots and shit. Like, there was Sherlock Holmes was over there, like, his leg was crossed, he was pissed, and it's just like, so there's where the fucker's been this entire time. Never figured it out till here. Huh?
How are all these different people from different times
It's
here?
like, imagine Valhalla. Everybody's
I
dead.
guess the afterlife?
Mm-hmm. Like, you've got everybody.
Okay, far out.
Mm-hmm. Like, I remember... like
so it is like the World Tournament, Afterlife Tournament in Dragon Ball Z.
Kind of.
Whenever he met that Piken fella.
Oh!
Like the new...
green guy.
Yeah, the new green guy.
Oh, dude.
They were in hell.
Even though I like Dragon Ball filler. I don't like most filler for most shows.
Yeah. Some of that, it's memorable to me. But that sounds pretty neat, man. I might look into that.
Do you watch anime? Like a lot of it, or just...
I've seen Hellsing.
Oh, that's a good one.
Both iterations of Hellsing. I really liked Hellsing.
Oh, yeah.
What's that one everybody's into
I saw the
now?
Death Note.
There's one everybody's into now. Was that fucking Chainsaw Dude?
Chainsaw Man?
Yeah, that. Yeah. I've heard a lot of people talk about that.
Yeah, and a lot of people also want to redone again.
Why?
Because they're not happy with the way it's been going, apparently. I don't know. What I watched so far, it was alright. I didn't read the manga or anything like that, so...
They're building up to what the Devils are anyway. It's going to take some time. You don't want to give everything away right away.
Have you heard of that one? Chainsaw Man?
No. I've seen a picture, looking through movie news or websites of I don't know anything about it though.
The concept of it is just ridiculous.
Like the basic stuff behind it is it's like there are these things out there that are devils. Just any type of fear anybody's got. Like take Ben's spider thing. There's a spider
fuck
devil
that
somewhere. Shit. But considering how many people are scared of spiders, that's how strong it's going to be. And they've got stuff like the gun devil. You know how many people are scared of guns? Like that level of fear difference. Like if more people are aware and afraid of a thing.
So this dude goes and hacks them up with a chainsaw, and then people ain't scared of guns no more.
Essentially, they're trying to hunt devils down to get them to they're just killing them.
Well, it's going to be bad news when everybody's fearless, though.
I don't even know how.
A good end. Everybody needs
how quick they're going to go by. This could be 5 or 6 seasons worth.
Everybody needs a good, healthy dose of fear in their life, or else they're just going to get hit by cars and do dumb shit.
But the concept to me, where he ends up as Chainsaw Man because he has a pact with the devil where he fuses in with that devil and he gets chainsaws for his hands and his face. And
his face is also a chainsaw?
Yes, his face is a chainsaw. Straight up. It sounds ridiculous. I mean, it's better than it sounds, actually.
Yeah. It sounds kind of I don't know. It's outlandish.
Sounds like the Evil Dead.
In a way, it can be. Here's what you call a fiend. They can change from, a human shape to a devil shape. Yeah. But they always, have a fucked up face. But you can always tell because they're, a humanoid or whatever. There's Katana Man. And he's got a blade right out of his face. His arms are blades and things like that. Whatever they happen to be.
Is Banana Man a thing?
It probably is.
Ooh-wee, I'm going to make you slip.
If somebody's scared of it,
where Justin Roiland's career is going to go now. I'm making Banana Man on YouTube. Ooh-wee.
All right. Now, you and me are the only ones that watched the 90s show. Did you watch all of it, or did you only watch some of it?
Oh, I watched all of it.
Okay.
They did not have any katana mid.
No, they did not.
That's sad.
That would have been pretty cool.
That would have been interesting. Okay, my question to you is that on the cast, nothing against the show itself, but watching the 70s show versus the 90s show, the 70s show I was watching basically like young adults. In the 90s show, I'm watching fucking kids. That's what it seems like to me.
Well, they were 14, man.
Like what year is it in the 90s?
They were 14.
Like 90.
I was fine with their age and their problems, but they kind of acted like Disney kids.
I guess
The
you have a point
90s,
there,
the 90s cast, or the cast from the 70s, all their scenes were good, and then the 90s kids seemed like a Disney kids show.
Yes.
But, as the season went on, their problems got a little more complex. It was fine. That kid was very shielded. It's a sitcom.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's going to do anything good in a sitcom, though?
I don't
Fez
think...
was really funny.
Yeah. He probably had the most screen time out of all the original characters. Well, besides the...
Well, he's probably the one doing the least. Remember, he was on MTV for like 10 years, just...
Yeah. Well, he also wasn't...
Wearing sneakers.
From Dusk Till Dawn. He was in the show. You ever watched that one?
I feel like I did.
Yeah,
he
was in that.
I don't remember him, and I just remember one character, really.
He was the voice of Handy Manny.
In what?
The fucking little kid show. I remember waking up to it whenever I had to go to school. Handy Manny would be on. Imagine Bob the Builder, a different ethnicity with hammers that can talk and shit.
Okay.
There you go. And a saw.
Voiced by who?
The guy who played Fez. Fucking what's his name?
Wilmer Valder.
Yeah, him. Yeah, he was Handy Manny.
Did he do a normal voice? Or did
Yeah,
he
it
do
was
the
just
Fez
no.
voice?
It was just his voice.
That'd have been
His
pretty
normal
funny.
speak. Well, I guess his normal speaking voice.
Can we build it, Eric?
Good day.
But no, the 90s show, it wasn't bad. It didn't grab me like the 70s show did. I didn't watch the 70s show when it came out. I just recently watched it like last year.
Consider for a moment how different the 90s were to you than they were to everybody else. Your 90s were German. Right? No,
but yes, sure.
Connecting things. I when I was watching the 90s show, I didn't feel a lot of moments where I'm like, oh, wow, this is 90s as hell. Nothing seemed that way. Nothing.
True. I couldn't, anything that stood out to me as like 90s directly.
Yeah, except the rave episode. Everybody was dressed real 90s on that.
Yeah.
And then there were some references.
Frosted tips.
It was more, to me, the show was more of a...
Fez was working as a hairdresser giving people frosted tips.
It was more of a cash grab, though, I see it.
I don't think it was.
Just like the
I
rest
thought
of
it was
the
good. I thought everybody that worked on it did a really good job with what they were given and really tried to make it its own thing while still paying homage to the old show. I thought it was fantastic for what it was.
All right. I know Ben...
And anybody that doesn't think that, you just are mad a rapist wasn't on the show, I'm guessing.
So apparently you're mad a rapist wasn't on the show.
It could have been better. It definitely could have been better,
Yes.
but it was fine for what it was, and I feel like everybody tried
And like I
their
said, it
best.
wasn't a bad show to me. It just
Everybody
it didn't
tried
grab
their
me.
best.
That's the problem, and that's why I don't want to watch it. Because I think I will think it's a great show, but it's not going to put me in the same feeling that the 70s show would. Because it's nostalgic to me.
Yeah.
Then you drop the 90s in there, it's going to be different. And that's
Red
fine.
and Kitty are great on there.
Oh, I wouldn't expect them to
Those
be
are the
bad.
only characters that actually make that show, to me, decent.
Red and Kitty are great on there.
But that's kind of why. I'm sure I'll watch
By
it.
the end, the other characters have grown on me.
Maybe one day. There's a lot of things I want to watch, and I'm like, maybe one day I'll get around to it. 90 show is probably one of those shows.
It's short. It's fun.
Okay, that's good.
It's like, 10 episodes, I think, what it was? Yeah.
Okay.
Like-
I watched it in like a weekend.
30-minute episodes.
Maybe I'll
Goofy
do
stuff.
that.
Tommy Chong's in a few episodes
Yeah.
and some really, really funny scenes. It definitely, I laughed a lot in every episode.
I still think Red, one of my favorite lines he ever said was like, I think Lori had moved to like Chicago or something, and like he was trying to, or maybe even across town to an apartment, and he was like trying to make sure he was fireproofing it and everything.
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't remember if it was Kitty or somebody said something. He goes, "You're never too old to burn to death in a fire." And I was like, that's always one of my favorite lines.
Oh, Red's so good.
Also, do you remember him in RoboCop?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
You need to. His name is Kurtwood. Imagine that. Imagine having that name.
RoboCop, I'll break my foot off in your ass. That's what he said in that movie.
I used to get him and Michael Ironside confused because Michael Ironside was in Total Recall as the douchey little henchman guy.
Yeah. Speaking of RoboCop, do you like the reboot?
I don't think I ever watched it.
Have you not?
No, I haven't. I meant to. I meant to watch it, but
that one, I feel like that one really flew under the radar.
What's crazy is
I feel like it was a perfectly fine action movie.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
It wasn't great for RoboCop. It didn't have the same zazz or vibe RoboCop had, but
correct.
For an action movie, it was perfectly fine and fun.
I brought up RoboCop, then I brought up Total Recall. They were directed by the same dude. So you're
they
welcome.
have the same vibe. I'll tell you that.
I bet the RoboCop reboot was probably way better than the
Total Recall reboot? I never watched that one.
I didn't even bother
Was it
watching
Colin
the
Farrell?
Total.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't even bother watching.
I was mad.
But I thought he did good as the Penguin in the new Batman movie. Colin Farrell did.
That's one I haven't
movie.
watched.
You didn't like it either?
was
You didn't like
terrible.
it?
Okay.
You know what bothered me about the whole thing? First, it was too long.
Watch Batman.
Way too long for me. Like, I paused it at one point to go take a piss, and I was like, Jesus Christ, and I've only, I've still got I'm just halfway
Isn't
through
that 3
this.
hours long?
It's close, but it's not really. I don't think it's 3. But
I mean,
it's
how
up there.
many more times can you retell what happened?
Yeah, exactly. And there was it was a Nirvana song that played throughout the goddamn movie. It was
One of the hours of that Batman movie was a lot of fun.
yeah, and the rest of it was just it dragged. I drug, but I liked
The
it.
last hour of that Batman movie was fucking awful.
It was not.
And it ruined the whole movie for me.
I did like how they portrayed the Riddler, though. I did like how he was.
I thought that was fucking awful.
You didn't like that?
It was really cool until it wasn't. Until he was just some incel in his basement on
Okay,
Facebook.
yeah.
Batman could have solved this whole goddamn case if he wasn't using this fucking big metal thing from 1983.
He's right
When
about
everybody else has normal technology. If Batman was the world's greatest fucking detective, he would have just got on Facebook and solved this case from the very beginning of the fucking movie.
He is correct.
Riddler was big enough of an influencer to go
Yes.
worldwide and organize this crazy shit at the end of the movie. And Batman's that much of a whiny Nirvana fucktard that he can't solve the simplest fucking fuck that movie. And then he's going around at the end in the daylight talking about, I'm a symbol of the light. Yeah, fuck that movie. Fuck all of it.
Are they making a second
I'm
one?
done
Probably.
with that. I'm done with that Batman. I'm done with the incel stalker Joker. Fuck that movie too.
I didn't like the Joker though, but I did like how I like how the Riddler was portrayed. I like they made him
the
more
goddamn
simple.
Joker movie made $1 billion, dude. People loved it.
The one with Joaquin Phoenix.
I think
watched
they went
it.
in with
I
good
watched it.
intentions and then got let
And
down.
now they're coming in and making one with Lady Gaga, doubling down on.
That is true. Yeah,
It's
she's coming.
Fuck.
Another Joker movie?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I watched the first one.
you're not missing really anything.
not really.
I think Martin might like it.
You are a big Batman fan.
I am.
But you may like this Batman that we're talking about.
No,
But
I watched it better.
What did you? I didn't hear your thoughts on
I
it.
thought it was alright.
Yours was alright?
It was too long.
If I didn't
they
have to
could
hear-
cut it down probably about half of the movie.
If I didn't have to hear something in the way every 20 seconds in that movie, I would have liked it a little better. He's right about the whole, if he had just gone on social media for literally 5 minutes, he would have figured it out. But I like
they didn't know the tone it wanted to take. It's real serious. Batman does everything. Real life stuff, right? It's super crazy. Suddenly Batman gets hit with this bomb, point blank, and he's fine.
Yeah, that is true.
And then, somebody else gets hurt and they're seriously injured. And then Batman's flying through the air and hits a bridge like goddamn Wile E. Coyote. oh, it's just my back. Okay, I'm good. Is it serious? Is it not? Is Riddler cool and actually murdering people? Or is he just this fucking boy that can't get laid? And then the deleted fucking garbage with the Joker hamburger face.
Yeah.
Fuck all of it.
So
Fuck
you
all
just
of it,
like
dude.
you couldn't.
I'm just gonna watch the old Batman cartoons.
You couldn't
Yes.
have timed that back pop out any better.
right?
Yeah. But I just liked how the Riddler looked. He wasn't Jim Carrey question marks everywhere all
I
over.
loved the Zodiac part.
Yes.
Until it was just all a gimmick. And
In the very beginning when he's just in that dude's house, fucking amazing to me. But
Yeah.
like you said, after a while you're like, God damn.
if he was the goofy Riddler that he turned into, which is a more familiar that I'm with Riddler, that would have been fine
Yeah.
if he was that the whole time.
But he was just this
Or if he
little
was
nerdy
the
guy.
Zodiac the whole time. If they'd have went one way or the other. But fuck it. Fuck them. Fuck Matt Reeves. I don't even like his Planet of the Apes movies anymore because he did that shit.
Because he did
stupid.
Batman.
Fuck him. Fuck his whole career.
I still personally
Not
wish,
into it.
I wish they would quit trying to reboot Batman itself the whole time and just try to make a Batman Beyond movie.
It's all DC has.
They were gonna do that, dude, and they scrapped it, bro.
They really need to.
I think that might have been what the Batgirl movie was.
I know. Yeah, I know. It's amazing that they fucking like shot the whole damn movie and then we're like, can't.
But I think it was growing into him being her mentor, man. I bet that's what it was going to be.
Yeah, Michael Keaton in it.
Yeah.
What I wish, like, Michael Keaton would be great for Batman Beyond as Bruce Wayne in it. Hands down, the rest of it.
I'm just done caring. The thing that bothers me is I feel like I'm taking crazy pills when these movies are making, $5 billion, and I'm just like, that was terrible. Like, what is going on? Everybody loves this.
Only because it's
I don't think it deserved the hype that it got, and it's just like the Joker movie. Everybody was like, "Oh, Joker, 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 Joker," and then I watched it,
sucks.
and I was
Joker's like crying in his apartment, stalking a woman, and
When I seen the trailer for that,
was
I
he
like, this is not the
imagining he
Joker
was
to me.
stalking her? Like, I don't care, high concept shit, haha, whatever. That was just fucking lame.
I wasn't
Ripped
I
off
wasn't a
every
fan.
Martin Scorsese movie he could and called it a movie.
Like, the concept of that movie did not seem like DC Joker to me.
Oh, it's not.
It was Arthur. If they'd have called it just Arthur, that would have been fine. It was fine for a movie just about a crazy guy, I guess. But
Yeah, that's the whole reason why I never watched it, because it just didn't have any attraction to me as a Batman villain.
well, now they're still like, he's not the Joker, but now they're literally bringing Harley Quinn in. Like,
Yeah, there's no relation to Batman at all in that movie. There's not even a mention of it.
I don't care. I just wanted him to be more like the Joker.
No, I get that.
I just didn't want him to be Arthur dancing around
Shooting Robert De Niro
in
and
his underwear and laughing at kids and whatever. Stalking women and crying. I'm tired of pretending I'm not mad. And then shoots him in the face. You get what you deserve.
So they are making the sequel for sure.
yeah,
Is they already started?
I don't know. I've seen where they were making or going to.
I had casting on it for a little while.
Oh,
I'm just not going to watch it. No.
Sometimes it's a bullet dodge.
Now I almost want to watch it just to see how bad it actually is.
If Something in the Way plays in it, I'm going to kill somebody. You don't understand. That song was in my fucking head, just the chorus of it, because I had to hear it so much through the Batman that I was fucking angry.
Now the Joker movie came out like 2 years before that Batman.
Yeah,
movie?
something like that.
Could you imagine? Well, no, they didn't even use the same actor for the Batman on that, so that's completely broken off, and I don't think they ever.
Yeah,
gonna,
it's its own thing.
You mean the same Joker?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, completely different people.
Yeah.
Actually, the guy who played the Joker in the Robert Pattinson Batman was in Chernobyl.
I still need to watch that show too.
It's a very good show. I enjoyed it.
I heard it's good.
Very good.
1899 got canceled.
Did it?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Is that Yellowstone offshoot thing?
No, it's not that fucking
Kevin Costner.
floozy woozy cowboy bullshit.
What season?
Montana.
It's floozy woozy. The whole world's crazy, and we live on a boat, and time's repeating. And
Oh, wow.
Actually, not even that.
no,
It's
I know. I'm just not spoiling nothing for nobody. That
Yeah, I might want to
potentially
fucking
haven't
watch
watched
it, Martin. Shit.
It's a wild show. It's really, really wild. Even though it
I
got
enjoyed
canceled, even though it got canceled, it still wraps itself up fine for what it is. It makes you want more. There's just not more coming. Yes. But I definitely would recommend it.
Well, damn.
Yeah, so, I really enjoyed it.
I wanted to stop him before he said it.
Thank you. Spoiling ass. We've never spoiled anything on this show.
Yeah, never.
The Batman just now.
Well, we haven't spoiled anything worth watching. Let's just get that out of the way.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, I would say we call it quits here. I don't know if anybody else got anything else.
No, I don't.
All right. Well, until the next time. Goodbye.
Batfleck, baby.